Put me in, coach, because we're four sweaty guys eating nachos. We're smelling like patchouli, and two of us are shaped like footballs. Welcome to the Jammed Football Podcast. Let's just say that Matt's back. Take it away, Adam.
He always throws to me, and I've never one time been ready for it.
Well,
I
I threw it to
assume
Doug.
one of these weeks.
I threw it to Doug
Did you?
like 2 weeks ago, and it was an absolute travesty. All we did was look at each other and laugh.
Confused?
He was like,
Because I was looking at Adam.
Not ready for that stat.
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't.
So, I think I speak for all of us except for Doug when I say I'm glad Matt's back.
oh no.
You're such an asshole.
Welcome back, Matt. Welcome back.
Thanks.
I miss Matt more than any of us.
You know, I'll bet
That's
you Matt has missed us
Yes.
I don't
more
know.
than any of us.
I'm not sure. I've still been listening. I think the one thing I just want to say right away is I have been more confused in my life in the last 4 weeks of football than ever because I'm still struggling to understand the definition of a lot of things that Donnie says.
Oh,
The upset has just been like a Twilight Zone.
dude.
And I feel like even last week's episode, when I listened to it, I'm like, oh my God, it's still there. It just lingers. And I struggled. It was,
The Jimmy Kimmel reports.
oh God, no.
You know, here's what I struggle with. I actually am not 100% sure what an upset is.
We know. So I don't want to
Straighten them out.
I don't want to get too far ahead, but we're going to talk about Thursday night's game, right?
Thursday night, yeah.
Okay.
A good one. A
So
banger.
8.5 point favorites.
who was the favorite to win the
Who's
game?
the favorite, Donnie?
The team that lost.
Well, he's asking you a question. Who was the favorite?
Well, I'm not the right guy to ask this, and let me tell you why. No, let me
It was the
Let me tell you why.
It was the Rams and Niners.
let me tell you why. I'm not the person to ask because I just got a kegerator. Listen, I just got a kegerator, and that was the first day that we actually put beer in the kegerator, and we couldn't figure out the flow. Right? We couldn't figure it for the regulator. And it took so long to figure it out that I had 12 beers before the game.
Okay.
And I remember it, but not a whole lot.
Okay. So let me just set the stage here. It was the Rams and the 49ers.
Right.
The Rams, I don't know what the
8.5.
actual. Okay.
Yeah.
8.5 points. So the Rams were predicted to beat San Francisco.
Right. And
And I think it's crazy that I'm explaining what an upset is right now.
no.
So,
Let me just,
Matt,
no, I can explain it.
you can.
Did the Rams upset the 49ers? Just yes or no. Nothing else.
so the favorite did not upset the 49ers.
Hold on. Wait. Simple question. Did the Rams?
Well, who was upset after the game
Hold on.
was over?
No,
So I think that's what you're asking.
Just let Matt handle this.
So hold on.
Let-
Go on, Doug. Or Donnie.
Oh, jeez. So, I'm Doug now.
Dougney.
You're half of me.
I'm gonna try not to say anything.
He was filled with so many.
Don't paint the kettle. So
This is getting off.
no, what I'm saying is that there was an upset in the game, and the Rams upset the Niners. So when I pick the upset and the Rams win, that's correct.
So here's reality, and not the alternate reality that you live in. The Rams were predicted to beat them by at least a touchdown.
Right.
The 49ers were the team that was predicted to lose. They had 6 starters out, and one would say that the Rams had enough of their team in order to beat second string players.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're all like that. I'm just saying the 6 that were out. The 49ers came in to LA, and it was crazy to see that the home team did not have a home field advantage.
Mm.
The fans were in full force for the 49ers, and the 49ers won. So they upset the team that was supposed to beat them by a touchdown, and they ended up winning by a field goal. So an upset has always been historically, and it will always be in the future, when the predicted loser beats the winner or beats the predicted winner.
I understand.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
great.
so
We're good now.
so I guess the reason I'm saying it is there's no point in ever saying you're picking the upset because everyone's upset when they lose. You know what I mean? Like, so that'd be basically saying.
Everybody is upset
and
when
then
they
don't
lose.
pick
Yeah,
the
true.
upset, and it's the favorite.
So if I say that the team is upsetting the other team, the team is going to be upset when they lose.
True.
And I pick that upset, they're upset.
Oh,
That's
God.
pretty much what we're
Yeah.
saying. I was
So
like,
that's enough of the upset conversation. I don't feel like continuing.
I feel like we made a lot of ground on this.
No, we
Well-
didn't. I was telling Adam, I feel like I need Google Translate for Donnie.
no, but I can clear it up.
It's his own
I
dictionary.
can clear it up, and you will never get it accidentally wrong again. And it's not.
I get it accidentally wrong.
Yeah, Vikings. Yeah, remember the Vikings game? So anyway, here's how you know that I'm picking the upset. Here's how you know. The team that I say first upsetting the other team is the team that I'm picking first.
I'm not following this,
If
and I
the
think we should
Vikings
just move
are
on.
upsetting,
I actually follow perfectly.
I do too. I mean, it's like if the 49ers,
You guys are in the same wavelength. That's weird.
if I say that the Rams are going to upset the 49ers, I'm picking the Rams over the 49ers.
Yeah, I agree.
And I believe that that's picking the upset.
So what you're saying is that you're just
But
going
it's
to.
not because the Rams were the favorite.
And they won.
I know, but that wasn't an upset.
But did they upset them?
No,
They did.
no.
They weren't happy they lost.
Hey, would you want to talk about the
So hold on.
Cleveland
No.
Browns?
Sorry. Thursday night's game. I really want to talk about it.
Yeah, it was a great game.
So
talk about
it
the
was.
Wait, hold on. How can you say it's a great game? You're like, I don't even know who was playing. Like,
It
I
was.
12 years in. It
I
was
had 12.
amazing.
I did have 12 beers. I
Shaq and Charles Barkley.
I remember. Here's how I know. You know it's a really good
He doesn't
game.
know that.
You know.
When it goes to
You know.
overtime.
Hey, I know who Barkley is now. Harley. I know
No,
who
that
Harley
whole-
is.
No,
So anyway, when we pick a game and I get scared through most of the game because it's really close and it could go either way, that's how I know it was a good game. And it was close. The Niners could have won that game at any time. And the Rams ended up, just
When he says scared, he actually means scared. He was laying in his bed with the covers like up.
I don't
underneath,
remember
scared.
that part,
He
but
doesn't remember a lot.
I remember the back and forth. I remember it being back and forth.
So
He
the
brought
reason,
up Shaq and Charles Barkley fist fighting.
What's going on? Here, show that to the camera.
so the reason I
They can't see.
Yo, I zoom. Yo, on YouTube, I watch us on YouTube and I zoom all the way in. We got like 3 pixels.
oh my
but
God,
do you do that?
I don't zoom in. I just listen to it.
What do you zoom in on?
I always
Donnie's
zoom
forehead.
in. No, I zoom because first of all, when we started this, yeah, now it is. But our camera used to be this big.
All right, I
like
feel
the
like we didn't talk about any football
That's what I'm
yet.
trying to. That's why I wanted to come back because I'm like, I feel like
Hey,
I gotta
we
steer
figured
ship.
we figured out the upset problem.
Nope, we didn't.
we did not.
But the reason I wanted to talk about Thursday is I did tell Adam that it would be the first full primetime game outside of the Broncos that I watched in its entirety. And when I was watching it, it was crazy to see Mac Jones play so well. And I'm not saying that he didn't have it in him, but Kendrick Bourne had, I think it was like 140 yards.
10 catches, 140.
Yeah.
And Mac Jones, he stepped in and you didn't expect it. Now, granted, the Rams were getting to him.
I actually did expect it, not to interrupt you, but Mac Jones is the quarterback that Shanahan truly wanted. So he didn't want Trey Lance. He didn't actually, plan for Brock Purdy to be as good as he was, but Mac Jones was the guy he wanted.
Do you like how I set him up for that? He told me
Yeah.
that last week.
And here's the thing.
Do you know who
Hey,
drafted
not to interrupt
Mac
you,
Jones?
but I'm going to interrupt you.
The New England Patriots
Because he was going to do what?
What was he going to do?
play football.
Replace Tom Brady.
Eventually, right? That was the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mac Jones did look really, really good.
I will say this. I was so upset about all the injuries
Yeah.
that I didn't even watch it.
What?
Yeah, they
My-
were dropping like flies.
It's the first time that I can tell you in many, probably 2 decades
Oh my God.
when it was on, and I didn't watch it. My friend goes, "Go Niners!" Sent me a text. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "It's 14-0." I'm like, "The Niners?" So I finished watching the show that I was watching, and when I turned it on, it was like 21-20 or something like that, and I'm like,
What happened?
"What happened?"
Yeah.
We were. So I did watch the end of it into the overtime.
Well, actually, it was what? So it ended up being 2020, and
Yeah, it was 2020, and I thought it was going to be a tie.
I was afraid that
Well, overtime.
the Rams were going to come back and score at the very end, and they just kicked the field goal. But ultimately, when it came to the overtime, I was talking to Adam about this, and that's why I kind of wanted to mention it. Like the new overtime rules are set up where everyone gets a possession. So, we ended up having a tie. What was it? Last Monday or the Monday before?
Yep.
Packers,
40-40 Dallas.
Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
So I just said that. I'm like, to me, I feel like if I'm in overtime, when they did the coin toss, that got messed up. And they were even saying, like, you can't defer, you can't do this. Then actually, the teams lined up on opposite sides of the field and had to come back across each other to get in the right positions. But what was weird about it was, for me, I'd want the ball right away. I wanted to ask, like, what would you guys want to do? Because to me, I feel like you get the ball, you just drove down the field, you kicked a field goal. You didn't get your touchdown, but you still have momentum, right? You're still building on momentum. The Rams decided to give it to the 49ers. 49ers went down the field. They did kick a field goal. So now you have to you score the touchdown. Otherwise, you continue. But I feel like I would want to have the ball because I feel like you control your own destiny at that point. I mean, Adam said that.
Yeah, before you guys go in, I'll give the opposite perspective because I'm not saying that I disagree with Matt. I'm saying
Sounds
as
like
a
it.
coach, you go with what do I trust more? Do I trust my defense to 3 and out, or do I think my offense is going to score? And I think it depends on what side of the ball you normally coach. If you're a defensive guy, you might throw your defense out. But that's my perspective is I go with how I feel my team's performing, and I say I trust my defense more right now. They'll get a 3 and out, and hopefully we can get a field goal. So that's my perspective on it.
Instead, they get a penalty, and 49ers start on the 40.
Yeah.
But when they were 14-0, wasn't there like a turnover? I feel like there was like a what happened to start that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if
I'm trying to
you're
remember.
referring to there was a handoff with Stafford to Blake Corum. Blake Corum had a 13-yard rush, and then they tried doing a toss back to him. When he tossed the ball back, a defender got through the line, and they said you probably saw the flash of white, took his eyes away from the focus on the ball, and he just dropped it. So if that's the one you're referring to, I know that there was a turnover. That was the one that I saw. I don't remember prior to that. I think that Stafford only had one fumble, which that was credited to him. That was the one. So they ended up
When it was 14-0, and the Rams just offensively, they weren't doing much of anything in the first quarter, and then it just seemed to me like something happened where they started getting momentum, and it was their running game. Their running game was the Rams were running the ball. They were doing really well. And then they were able to come back because I was really scared. I was like, wow, this is going to be a 49ers blowout. Mac looks absolutely amazing.
I don't think it was the run because honestly, I think Kyron Williams only ended up breaking 50 yards in overtime, and Blake Corum didn't have a lot, and he had the fumble. I think what was happening for the Rams was they were getting the passes out of the backfield to Kyron Williams because he still had like a stellar day.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Like he didn't have a lot of rushing yards, but he had a ton of
In passing.
receiving yards as
yeah.
well as a touchdown. He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I think the point I'm trying to make is, back to what I was saying, the way that I would go about it is taking your destiny in your own hands in overtime, and I think they should have. But I think that that's for me. You brought up the defense.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily I would put my defense out every time. I'm a defensive guy, and it all depends. If I'm who's the best defense in the NFL? Bills, maybe I do put him out because I go, my defense is going to stop him. I know Josh Allen's going to make something happen. We could at least kick a field goal. So it all depends on your team and who you trust.
So
That's
what would
I
you
feel.
do, Doug?
I wouldn't let Kyle Shanahan call the plays when you're on your
This is
on your 2-yard line, because what are you doing? A first down wins the game, and you don't go to overtime. What the hell are you doing?
You go tight end, jet sweep.
Jet sweep.
I know you're asking me, but I want to make sure that I get my point in before I forget, because I will. I'm old. I'm going to forget.
Well,
But what the hell?
the fact that you said you didn't watch the game. I didn't think you'd be so vested in like one play.
I watched the fourth quarter in overtime.
I watched the whole game.
Yeah, but
just don't.
so-
those
but-
one plays, they
So
But does it ever make sense to defer
That's
in
the
overtime?
reason I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
ever?
That's what I think, yeah.
You always want the ball first.
Well, I was just going to say,
Always,
like, do you think the 49ers, if they
think
would have
so.
won the coin toss, that they would have, they take the ball. So they're like, oh, wow, we just won the coin toss anyway. Not that it really mattered, but
I know what Adam's saying. Like, what if you do have like
your quarterback.
the 85 Bears defense, right?
yeah, I
That-
know.
right? Like, if you have a monster defense, and you're like, you know what? I think we can stop them here. You go back, you talk to your guys, you be like, listen, you guys need to do it.
Yeah, one
I know
stop
you can
wins us
do
the
it.
game.
I know you can do it. I'm putting my faith and trust in you. Now get out there and do it.
forget what the coach says. Let's
This-
just
Takes me to the next question. And
Blow the game.
my next question is, do you think that they potentially did it because of the way that they were getting to Mac Jones in the fourth quarter? 'Cause
Maybe
I'm not sure. Like, if you guys
he didn't have as
didn't
much
watch
time.
it, he
Yeah,
was
and maybe that ruined his trust in his offense.
well.
He's
So
like,
he was getting hit a lot, and I'm not sure if it was in the fourth quarter or in overtime, but there was a point where he got wrapped up and they wrapped around his legs, his upper body. They fell kind of awkwardly. His pants were like hanging down a little bit. Like, he looked like he was getting like beat up. And I just thought, I hope he can still play, because he came off a couple times.
Oh yeah, I remember
Right.
that.
So I guess, is that the scenario where maybe that's the reason? They're like, all right, we're really getting to the quarterback.
Let's keep it going.
Let's see what they're going to do. I mean, maybe
be.
that's a scenario, but to me, I think I'd want to take ownership and just try and do it
Yeah,
myself.
we actually thought he was injured at
Yeah.
first. Like,
I
he
mean,
got hit so hard. I was like,
they-
oh my gosh, not this.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and to take you to that point, maybe they're looking across the field going, huh, Shanahan's screwing up again. They could have won this with and try to get a first down. Instead, they just keep this dual quarterback sneak. Let's give it to the, like, what are you guys doing? I know you're sitting on the 1 and 2 yard line, but a first down wins a game. So maybe they're thinking like he's in his head again, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I think that Mac Jones had a great game, 342 yards. What I'm going to say is that they made or they had a conversation with Shanahan, and he's like, he's doing everything he's supposed to do. He's going through his reads, his options, and he's dropping it off to the check down. just like
Shanahan
they
loves
expect.
him.
But that's the point. Like, he knows how to work the system. And they were talking, I think it was Al Michaels. One of them said, when you look at Brock Purdy's contract for, what was it, $250? It's like $50 million a year.
Yeah, it's $51 million a year or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So they're like, $51 million a year. And Mac Jones is getting 3.5. And look at what you're getting out of Mac Jones. So
You say a thing about Purdy the last 3 years. You're paying him $885,000.
Yeah.
What you're getting from
right. But
So-
that's the reason having like that type of backup.
yeah.
You're getting a premium player for the discounted price.
and it's the offense too. It's quarterback friendly offense. Like
Absolutely.
I'm not wishing any injuries on any players except for one. And if the guy on the Chargers goes down, right?
You mean the one that already
Herbert,
got injured?
if he goes down, Harbaugh's next quarterback isn't going to look bad. There are coaches that have a very quarterback-friendly system, and Shanahan is one of those guys.
Yeah.
I know you're not a huge fan of him, but it is a very quarterback-friendly system.
I know. And why is it seems like they can plug in a wide receiver and Jennings, right? Came about.
Yeah.
Well, Jennings, I always thought he was good.
Good, right? And then last year,
But the reason he didn't get the spotlight was
Imploded.
because you had Debo Samuel, had Brandon Ayuk. You have other players that take the focus away from someone like that. And then it's beneficial for him because when they are getting
when they're gone, though.
well, no, not that. When they're being covered by the top corner, it gives him the opportunity to show what he can do. And he did that from early on.
Yeah.
And now that they're gone, it's, he could still do it. That's great. He had the time to develop.
I know, but then you take someone who's been on, is this his third team?
Mac Jones?
No, Kendrick Bourne.
Oh, Kendrick Bourne. Actually, I
Pat-
don't know.
I thought it was just the Patriots before.
Pats, and I thought there was someone
I
else.
don't know.
And either way,
Yeah.
Right?
he comes into a system. Was he on a team this year? I don't think he was playing
I
anywhere,
think
right?
he might- if anyway, he's in the practice squad.
So,
If that was the case.
but they sign him, they bring him in, and not this week, but like the week before, he had like 5 catches for like 75 yards or something, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With plug and play.
Comes in.
But the other thing is, like, he also had that relationship. Like, he was there with Mac Jones and the Patriots.
Yeah.
So to me, that's like, I think I said this before with the Broncos, with Troy Franklin. He was the wide receiver for the Ducks when Bo Nix was the quarterback in college. And I saw that there was an opportunity. I thought, oh, good. There was already a relationship established. They know their timing. But,
Yeah. I'm sure Shanahan didn't think about that at all. I'm sure that was someone else's decision.
Well, I think it's a smart move.
So, and while we were talking about injuries, I wanted to say this. One of my heroes, Pat McAfee, he had someone on the show, and I don't remember who it was, but he was flipping out about all the injuries and how upset he is. And he said that the preseason now, no one plays.
No.
And there's something to be said about football shape. Like, you could be in great shape. You can come in as Mr. Olympia or Usain Bolt, but you're not in football shape. And while preseason isn't 100% football, those guys are still playing. They're still hitting. They're still competing against other people. And they're getting into football shape at not 100 miles an hour. And now you expect them, not having done that at all, to go straight from practice to a game where now we are 100 miles per hour and hitting each other as hard as we can. And there's not that time frame in between where they're getting in football shape. So we had more injuries, and maybe it's just a perspective, this year than maybe we've ever seen, and it's only, the second or third year that we've stopped playing preseason the way we used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the thing. I think we talked before about this, and maybe it wasn't even on the podcast, but in general, preseason isn't what it used to be. Yeah. And now they stop because the idea is, we don't want to get our players injured in preseason. We don't want them to get injured when it doesn't count. But now they're getting injured in what I would call the extended preseason, the first 4 weeks of football, when everyone's still figuring out what they're doing. To your point, they're not playing at the same speed. Mm-hmm. And then some of the starters are playing, one series? And, like, how do you really build upon something when you've only gone in for a set of downs? It just doesn't make sense. I think I understand trying to save your players for when it really matters and when it counts, but it's not what it used to be. And I think this is the result of it.
I don't know that I agree this many injuries, because they're not in football shape. You know, week 1, week 2, week 3, like maybe some of it, but all these injuries because they're not in football shape, or they don't play enough in preseason, or, they should be playing harder or playing at all in preseason. I don't know if that's like a major injury thing. I mean, I think that might have something to do with them not playing up to their potential more than anything, because I would imagine that they're still probably practicing hard. They're going to do all that. But I think what we're really talking about is if they're not playing enough in preseason, that they're getting injured week 1, 2, and 3. I don't know that I believe that to be true, the whole injury thing. But them not playing up to their potential, them being rusty, them not reading a defense as well, them not throwing the ball as well, them not tackling as well, I could see that.
And that leads into it, right? So your offensive line isn't ready, right? They played one series, and now a guy gets past them that wouldn't have got past them. Yeah. Even if you're just saying throw out the football shape aspect of it.
Right.
That running back's now taking a shot he wouldn't have taken.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, I get that.
But anyway, and then to feed into Doug's team, I know he's going to hate this, but there are ex-players who say that Shanahan's scheme leads to injuries because of their blocking scheme. It's not your traditional down, down, down block, right? It's a zone blocking. The running back's coming out, and he's finding his zone. Well, if a guy fills that zone that wasn't a part of the block, it leads to Shanahan teams have had more running back injuries than any other teams, and that's going from his dad, because the running backs in a Shanahan scheme just get hurt. But the next guy's always successful because the scheme's great at getting you yards, but it's not great at protecting you.
Yeah.
So it's
doesn't upset me at all.
Yeah, right back to Shanahan.
Do you remember the time when you'd have your starters in for like an entire quarter of the preseason?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I feel like it's
be a build up. Week 1 a little bit,
That's what I mean.
Week 2 a little more, Week 3 they play a whole quarter, Week 4 they're off because you're trying to find your young guys.
That's the thing. Like
I remember being excited this year and wanting to see so much of Bo Nix in the preseason. And I felt like I almost didn't see him at all.
Yeah, you didn't see one snap of Michael Penix, not one. Didn't take one preseason.
I know there's only 3 preseason games.
Yeah, 3.
So this is like the first year I didn't watch any preseason, right?
I didn't watch any.
I watched it all.
I ended up watching highlights, and every highlight, everything I saw was, oh, look at Jarrett Stidham. I'm like, oh, is he the new quarterback for the Broncos? Like, I just like.
Well,
I
they have
get it.
these new, on top of having 3 games, they have these new like extended practice sessions between the two teams, and they're saying that's where all the work gets done. That's where your starters are playing some
With
more
Mac.
controlled environment. You can protect them from injuries better, and then you put them into the guys who are going into the preseason game are the guys who are borderline getting cut. But all the work happens off camera, no media allowed. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
Speaking of, Stidham,
Yeah.
you guys see what's going on in Cleveland? I'm sure someone here wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
So Joe Flacco gets benched. So, and I'm just going to throw this out there. Please someone explain the thought process to it, right? So why are we benching Flacco? What are the thoughts on that? So anyone,
So
like if
you
you're
want
benching
us-
Flacco, yeah, what do you think is the thought process? Why are we benching him?
So do you want us to explain what goes through the minds of the people that make the decisions?
No, I want you to
the Browns?
explain, if you were the head coach of the Browns and you're benching Joe Flacco, what do you think would have led you to that decision?
Inconsistent play.
Right. So we bench him, and we're going with Dylan Gabriel, which I'm not necessarily against. He was drafted higher than a guy who I like better there. But what is then, if that's the reason why we're saying Flacco's not good enough to be the starter here, let's bench him. But we'll make him second string, and we'll say Shedeur Sanders is third string. That's the biggest part of it I don't get. So you're saying Flacco's not good enough, let's put this other guy in, but if something happens to him and we need to yank him, we're putting Flacco back in. We're not seeing what the next guy has. That's the part of it I don't understand.
Why can't we understand it? That's
almost-
what they've done for
And
14
it
years.
almost feels personal. If you're Shedeur Sanders, how does that not feel personal? You're saying Flacco sucks, get him out of there, but he's the backup. We're not even going to see what Shedeur has.
I can understand your frustration.
Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. And I'm a Dion guy, right? I'm not even a Shedeur guy. I did love Shedeur in college. And he's at a point where he feels like it's personal to him.
He's not talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, man, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, did you see his interview?
No.
Like, I saw a quick,
Did you see what he did? Pretend to ask me a question like I'm Shedeur Sanders. Any question.
Yeah. So what do you think about the game? Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he did. He pantomimed talking.
I did not see that.
And when it comes out, people close to him are saying, well, first of all, how many teams interview the third string quarterback? In fact, how many third string quarterbacks can you name? So then you take that out of it and you go, everything Shedeur Sanders is somehow either twisted or used to create a new headline. So why would he ever talk? How many third string quarterbacks talk, and then when he does talk, they use it against him?
I guess my question is, does he have to have those interviews?
Well, if the media, I think yes, as a NFL
I know,
player,
that's what I'm
if the
saying.
media approaches you for a question, you have to give a certain amount of time.
That's unfortunate.
So he used his time to pantomime unknown answers. So they're asking him, like, how do you feel about Joe Flacco being the,
I just
and he can't
feel
say
like
Flacco sucks, put me in.
Flacco's inconsistent play leads them to them benching him, and then what do they expect if Flacco isn't in there because they got a quarterback that should be learning from a veteran,
Yeah.
and they're putting him in, I feel, way too early.
Well, here's my issue with it. If we're saying he sucks, then Shedeur's the backup.
Right.
So I guess, and I'm only playing devil's advocate here. If you do put your, was he the first round or third? I
Dylan
forget.
was a third rounder.
Okay, I say
Yeah,
he was a third.
94th pick, yeah.
So if you put in the kid that was drafted to be your next QB, and you say, all right, we're giving you the opportunity to play on Sunday, you're playing against the Vikings, and he's like, all right, that's good. But you say to him, we're going to put in the person that was picked after you as your backup. Don't you feel like he's going to take it like differently than he would having Flacco? So the hypothetical would be if someone says, the guy that wasn't good enough before, he's there to support you. Like if you can't get it done, if you're uncomfortable, whatever, we're going to have him come in and do it. Not if you don't do good, your competitor, the one that's going to take your job, is right behind you sitting in the wings. I think they're doing it.
Well, that's
to
how it is
probably-
in any quarterback situation.
Right. But
nothing positive.
but how many times have you had two backups, two rookies that start? I know that the Commanders did, but when they did it, it was I'm drawing a blank right now. Kirk Cousins and who did they pick first that year?
Well, I hear what you're saying, but it happens all the time, right? So how many times did it happen to Aaron
It's
Rodgers?
gonna bother me.
It happened to Aaron Rodgers 3 times. How many times it happened to Tom Brady? They're always having the next guy come in.
Right, but
But it's my issue with it is, what are you doing as an organization? Are you trying to find out who your next quarterback is? Because if you're trying to find out who your next quarterback is, you don't say the guy that we're saying is not good enough is the next guy.
right, but I
That's
guess
my issue with
my
it. Is
point
what are you
is
doing?
They're putting Flacco there to say, listen, this isn't necessarily going to reflect on you poorly if you don't do well,
But it
because
still does. You're still yanking him.
if they do end up going with Shador and Shador goes in there and he has a better game,
Great. Now
that's
we
gonna create
maybe found our guy.
problem
Right.
with the guy they took at third.
It's not a
in the third
problem.
round.
What I'm saying is, it's not a problem.
Have they
That's
put
the good
Shador
thing.
in yet?
No.
They haven't put him in yet.
No, they're not.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right? We're not
You
talking
see
about
what I'm saying, Doug?
I see both sides of this, right?
Like, I understand your point.
What
I'm
are we
just
doing?
saying.
We're not playing. We're not the Cleveland Dylan Gabriels, right? It doesn't
get it.
matter how he feels.
I'm just saying this is potentially the thought process as to why they would go with Flacco as opposed to
And
Shador.
that's why they're a gutter team.
Like, I don't get it.
It's a gutter team decision.
Well, think about it. So they had Baker Mayfield years ago, and all of that went awry. They let him go. He had a couple bad years, and look at him now. Do you know what I mean? It's not to say that you need to stay where you are, and I think that he's more successful now than he was there.
Well,
for
he
sure.
also boned himself there, because here's some things you guys probably don't know: is the Ravens called the Sanders family and wanted to draft him,
Yeah, and he said no.
and they said no, we don't want to go there because they thought he would have an opportunity to play in Cleveland, which obviously he does not. But he would be playing this week. He'd be playing
So
this week.
I did not know that phone call happened, but wow.
Yeah, he would be currently the backup quarterback, you would assume, on the Ravens.
So
Who's going to be playing?
for them this week?
Top 3 quarterback in the league.
Yeah. Who better to sit behind? Even if you're not going to stay a Raven, you're there for 3 years, and then they trade you.
But
Who's
that's the
playing
thing,
this
like,
week?
So he made the decision. They made
Yeah.
the decision not for him to go there. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a decision he has to live with now.
Who plays for the Browns this week?
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan
Gabriel. I see both sides of this, the whole thing. I mean, if it's me, I probably am not saying
You're not saying. You're.
I know. I'm just drawing a blank on
Yeah.
who just got benched. I'm just drawing a blank on his name.
Flacco.
Flacco.
Yeah.
I'm probably not saying he's the backup. I'm probably saying, Shador's your backup. Only because they're our future. Flacco was a 1-year fix,
Yeah.
right? So I probably just put it out there and be like, listen, you all work as a team. Flacco's here to guide you. And I'm looking at Flacco going, are you going to help the team? And he's a team player. He's going to help the team, right? He's never been one of those guys that had an issue anywhere he played. So I don't know. I think it's next man up. I mean, listen, you can go back to my team. Well, we're going back to the late 80s. They have 2 Hall of Famers at quarterback. Montana gets hurt. Young comes in, does a great job for a year and a quarter. And then they put Joe back in because he's ready to go. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think no matter what you do, you're going to have some sort of quarterback controversy when someone's not playing well and you have 1 or 2 decent players or 1 or 2 new players coming up. But I think personally, I would have just said, listen, Gabriel, you're our guy. Sure, you be ready.
Yeah.
I'm not here to create a quarterback controversy. This is a business.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we're the Cleveland Browns. We want to know who our next quarterback is. You 2 are going to figure it out for us.
Yeah,
And
this is
Joe, you're going to guide him. That's
Yeah.
what we're paying you to do.
This is a thing. Getting back to preseason, because I watched all the Broncos preseason games, is that they really played the shit out of Ellinger.
Oh, yeah.
And Ellinger was just lighting it up. He was, scoring a lot of touchdowns. He was passing really well. He wasn't really making any kind of mistakes. And since he was getting all the reps, and I believe that they did play 4 games. I think the Broncos, they played 3 or 4 games and they won every single preseason game. And there was even that question there where Bo now is going to come in week 1, obviously struggled, right? And Matt and I were talking, we're like, wow, they didn't even play him in preseason. And I was like, I didn't even think about that, is that he didn't get the reps. He didn't look that great. And right away they were talking about Ellinger, what if Ellinger is the quarterback? And I'm thinking, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Already, because he got all the reps and he did so well that if Bo comes out and he struggles, even the thought of
That's
putting
a
Ellinger,
Cleveland Browns thought.
right?
It's a Cleveland
it
thought.
really, really is. And they
so-
were talking about that. It was just blew my mind. It was like, how do you not hurt through whatever Bo is going to go through, and you stay the course because that whole camaraderie, him getting the reps, bringing the team together, that whole faith system, him being consistent. I mean, that's what he didn't get in the preseason, so that's what has to happen now.
So I think you talked about Ellinger. I think that Ellinger and Stidham are the two that were in preseason the most, and Stidham, of course, is the backup. Ellinger, I'm not sure. Sean Payton made the comment that there's something there that they want to keep him in some capacity because he was supposed to sign with another team, come off the practice squad and be someone's backup.
A lot of people
But
looking at him.
He rejected it and he stayed there, and they ended up having a roster spot open up. He moved up, so there is something going on. So they do like him as a player. I'm not sure where it'll ever go, but I think to Adam's point, this is a different level, and it just doesn't make sense. I don't think the Broncos and the Browns think similarly. It's one of those things where it's just a mess for the Browns.
It's always been a mess for the Browns.
Yes.
It has always been a mess for the Browns with this quarterback thing. They've gone through, we mentioned it before, some like 40-some quarterbacks in the past 14.
Yeah, and then Penix
it's just
had a terrible game against Carolina, and they put Kirk in,
5 years.
and people were talking like, oh, they're going to go with Kirk next week. No, you ride with the guy you chose. And if you give him more games, if he has a bad season, that's when you yank him and you go, okay, Penix didn't work out. And hopefully he does work out. He looked like he had a good game, which I'll talk about later. But there's just the way other teams do things at quarterback, and then there's the Cleveland Browns.
So I think that that might transition us to something else. But before we talk about any games for the upcoming weekend, do you want to talk about games from last week?
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I think we should get going. No.
No, the Browns played the Vikings on Sunday. I thought we could potentially touch on that, but I figured we could do that when we're talking about everything else.
Well, if you want to go over the games, the picks from last week, and I will tell you this, Matt, you had some interesting score picks, but you did not finish with the worst record last week.
Congratulations to me.
Yeah. Actually, one of the best, wasn't
It was tied for second.
it? Okay.
Out of 4 people, that's good. It's the middle. It's average.
Meet me in the middle.
That's what I shoot for.
Shoot the name.
Yeah,
So,
I was
shooting for average.
I got robbed, by the way. During one of these games, I absolutely got robbed.
So
All right, let's go over that.
First game the first game we had was the Bears at the Raiders,
That's the one.
and the Bears did end up winning 25-24. It was a good game. Matt thought the Bears were going to be the winner, but he thought they were going to handle them at 59-2.
Yeah.
Crazy
That is
pick.
crazy.
Yeah.
Considering I have Ashton Genty, that would.
Yeah.
Adam said the Bears 24-10. Pretty close.
Nailed it.
And then I said the Bears 25-19.
That was better.
That was
Was pretty close.
And what did Donnie say?
Donnie went with the Raiders 24-17.
The Raiders.
He had their score right. The Raiders score right, 24. He was just off by 8 points with the Bears.
They got robbed.
So you were close, though.
They
you were
got
close.
robbed.
So since he was robbed, I'm curious to know why or what happened.
That was, the field goal. They had a chance to win it right at the end, and he missed the field goal. Right?
And then they lost by 5 more.
No, they didn't lose. Well,
Well, they lost.
no, it was. I remember this because the kegerator thing
Wasn't installed yet.
It wasn't. And I promise this isn't going to be. It was the flow. I couldn't get the flow right, so I drank 12 beers or 10 or whatever. So it's not going to be a problem. But anyway, I do remember this game, and the Raiders had a chance to win it right at the end, they didn't.
Yeah.
And they should have.
Well, that brings us to game number 2.
Well, actually, I just want to say that. So since that's where we're going to stop with Donnie, for me, I didn't watch it. I can say that I saw the fantasy points I had for Ashton Genty and just thought, this is great. He's finally showing up. And
He had a big game.
he had a huge game. And I think that this is kind of what everyone expected of him. I don't know if they would have expected those numbers, but
Yeah.
it,
You know what else changed for him this week? He went back to the dead man stance. So in college, he had the dead man stance, which is just standing straight up like the Undertaker type deal.
Mhm.
And if you watch every other game, they had him doing that pro stance.
are you serious?
And this game, he came out and did the dead man stance, has the best game of his career. And I
felt
guarantee
like he
you
was
next
right at
week,
home.
Pete Carroll
You mean
lets
this
him
week?
stand in
You mean this week?
Yeah, Pete Carroll's going to allow him to stand in the dead man stance.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So,
I didn't either.
How does Adam know these things?
He does. He does.
He's a defensive guy, he said.
So then we had the Falcons playing.
I don't remember who they played.
You don't remember who they played?
Yeah, I don't remember. I only remember watching the Falcons.
Wait, was this the Panthers game?
Yeah.
Sorry, if you're not going to remember it, I'm gonna.
The Panthers game. We're not going to do that.
So you played
we're
the
not-
Commanders,
We're not going to do that.
and
The
So-
Redskins.
Anyway, so I went into that game, and I don't know if Matt listened last week, but I was like, if Dan Quinn beats the Falcons with
Marcus
Marcus Mariota, I'm going to be fucking furious. And honestly, they didn't look bad, Washington. So, but, and then I made a joke about how we pulled our offensive coordinator down from the booth, and that's going to fix everything. It kind of fixed everything. So, and there is something to be said when you're talking to your quarterback, you can look him in the eyes. You could touch his shoulder pad. You know, there is something there where you're not just a voice in a helmet. You know, so it's
Well, the Falcons did with
What was it?
34-27. And so by a touchdown,
yeah.
not by two.
Yeah.
Okay. But Matt, again, 59-2.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
59-2.
That's crazy.
I mean, he took the Falcons.
He had a lot of belief in them this week.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I believed in him before.
Adam said 24-10, 2 touchdowns. I said 19-17.
Mm.
Donnie was probably the closest,
For
except
the wrong team.
but for the wrong team. He said 28-27.
I didn't expect him to show up after the Panthers, you know.
I mean, you did have 27 for the losing team again.
They're off the schneid.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
No, the Panthers. That's my new thing. I like.
I'm going to train.
I like to combine teams names because it'll be even more confusing than the upset.
The Fankins.
We're going against the Jonkos.
It's the Falcons against the Panthers.
Yeah.
I'm going to record Donnie and put it into AI. And that's how I'm going to save the world because
Oh my God.
he's going to confuse it.
What I do want to say is Penix, like week one, looked great again. He needs to put it together a few in a row, hopefully. But he even took some deep shots this week, which he didn't do yet this year. And it's kind of pissing me off a little bit because he has a cannon. You let your dude open it up a little bit.
Yeah,
you don't go,
let your dude open
we're going to throw some swing passes. And speaking of swing passes, how about Bijan Robinson? So he looks
Yeah.
like Marshall Faulk. He might be the next thousand back. So he leads the team, I'm pretty sure, in receiving right now,
Yeah.
and leads them in rushing.
And guess what he didn't do? Because he was a part of my parlay.
He didn't fumble.
He did not score a touchdown.
Oh.
I was
I did not know
so mad because they were feeding him the ball. He was literally just lighting it up, and then no touchdown. They don't. Whatever happened to if he's the man who gets you all the way down there, reward him with a trophy. Give him a touchdown.
I actually
Didn't
had
happen.
this conversation the other day with someone, because J.K. Dobbins got all the work down towards the red zone, and then they threw the ball to R.J. Harvey, and I said to him, I feel like if you're the guy getting them there, you should be the one at least given an opportunity, if not two, to take it in.
Another parlay that I lost was Dobbins to score a touchdown. He gets 100 yards.
Yep.
They take him out and give it to Harvey 3 times, and Harvey gets the touchdown.
That's
Folks, if you have a gambling issue, you can call 1-800-GAMBLERS Anonymous.
Is it really the number? I feel like if you're going to talk about it, you should really use the real number.
Yeah.
I got it from Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh,
Well, anyway. That's good. That's good. Give me some leather. Give me some leather.
For those not in the know, Matt, one thing that he cannot stand, it'll keep him up at night if you report the wrong news.
Yeah.
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 And and there might not be a wrong newser guy in the world than Doug.
A wronger news.
That's correct.
Yo, Facebook knows everything.
I was
really
getting
do.
texts at like 2:17 in the morning, be like, dude,
What are you
really?
talking
What are you
about?
talking
I
about?
couldn't sleep
10
pacing
minutes?
his house.
10 minutes.
He has marks in his carpet where he just couldn't stop pacing.
Well, I thought the text was bad at 2:17. I hear ding dong at 3:05. I'm like, what is going on?
He's at my door.
I'm just kidding. He didn't do any of that. But yeah, he does like,
He wanted to.
He wants to be very factual when he does it, and that's why one reason I was missing him, because I know we would say something that might be not quite right,
Controversial.
or absolutely
Just say it.
wrong,
Yeah.
and he would correct us. So
I like your controversialness, though.
So back to my team quick.
Yeah.
Is one thing I'd like to bring up, because I am a defensive guy. Is
You
does
keep
anyone
saying
know
that.
where the Falcons rank in total defense right now?
third.
Yeah.
So I thought it was 2, but Jesus Christ, what a turnaround in 1 year.
I told you.
Yeah.
So I have to ask this question.
I told you.
We're still talking about the Falcons and Commanders. right?
Yes,
Bijan Robinson scored a touchdown.
he did.
I'm only saying it because I remember there was someone that brought it up the other day. This
Well,
is
he caught a pass. He took it down the sideline. That was a touchdown, I think.
Rushing
Yeah, it was like a
touchdown.
60-yarder.
He had a rushing touchdown. It said he had 75 yards, 17 carries, 1 touchdown. And the only reason I bring it up is they said this is the first time.
Facts, people, facts.
Sorry, this is what
Yeah,
Doug was
this
just
is-
saying. He's like,
yeah.
Matt's
No,
always
I
like, you
started
got to
it.
say things right. And I'm like, well,
Maybe he wasn't the
I
one that
wanna be
ruined my
accurate.
parlay. There was a.
But they said it's the first time the Falcons had Robinson, Pitt,
Oh, yeah, the big
and
three.
London
Yeah, the big
all
three.
score a touchdown. So that's why I'm like sitting here. I'm like,
And
okay.
I do want to bring up.
I'm fact checking as you guys are talking about how critical I am to fact check things.
But with no London, right? There was no London.
London played.
But he scored a
Darnell
touchdown.
Mooney went out.
Huh?
Darnell Mooney went out, but
So,
okay.
touchdowns are scored by Robinson, Algier, London, and Pitts.
And then I just want to bring this up because I feel like I remember Doug laughing at me when I said Pitts is back. Pitts is back.
I did not laugh.
And I told you, oh, they're sleeping over each other's houses. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's going to matter. Well, guess what? It
The
fucking
sleepover.
mattered.
I think he doubted you.
Let's wait till we get into week 8 and see if it still keeps going. I'll tell you how much I don't disagree with you. I just traded for Pitts in 2 of my leagues,
So
and I have him in 2 others. So
I drafted him.
I will have him in 4 of my leagues. I drafted him in 2 of 8.
You know, I totally agree with you, and I'll tell you why. Not to bring personal issues into this, but Doug and I used to have sleepovers, and now he doesn't even invite me to his football parties.
Yeah. And
we are
and
not
how many
close.
receiving yards did you have last
How
year?
often do we talk throughout the week?
Yeah.
A lot.
How
How
many-
often do we talk throughout the week?
How many
There
receiving
you
yards
go.
do you have this season?
How many?
None. You got none. And that's because of your friendship with Doug.
So Kyle Pitts.
How many receiving yards do you have?
I think the reason for Doug's, feelings early on were last year we all thought with the addition of Kirk Cousins,
Stud.
he would be utilized just like Kirk Cousins has used other tight ends in the past. And what's interesting about it is Kyle Pitts, right now, we're a quarter of the way into the season, and he has 205 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, granted, touchdowns last year were 4. He had 602 yards. But if you remember last year, when he was going out for a pass, it was as if he's like, all right, if I can get there, I'll get there, but I'm not going to make a play for the ball. It's
Yeah,
gotta
now he
come
gives
to
a
me.
shit because his
Now he
guys,
cares.
Michael Penix, are buddies.
Yeah.
And one of his better catches this week, he blocked a guy on a delay, which I haven't seen Kyle Pitts block maybe ever since his rookie year.
So he's doing his
Released out,
job.
Went to the flat. Yeah.
All I'm saying is, by that, he's averaging 51 yards a game.
Yeah.
Which I'll take from a tight end.
Okay, but I'm just saying, doesn't put him into the elite yet.
Well, right.
Well,
but-
he also
so
had 0 catches
I
against the
traded-
Panthers.
That's what I was going to say.
I traded for
Yeah,
him.
he had 0 against the
So,
Panthers.
like, I'm on board. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just
Michael
saying.
Penix's worst career game. Drake London, I don't even know if he
Like-
catch that game.
Like, if you let him go off the next 2 weeks,
well, bye week this week.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but if he goes off the next 2 weeks that they play, do you think I can get him for the guy that I trade him for in both leagues? No. No.
Well, what happened last week? Where there was not last week, the last week against the Panthers, where there's
I
no
can-
Penix had a
sleepover.
terrible game.
I can
No
go
sleep.
through it, but
The
you
last
already talked
week,
about
was that
it.
the upset week?
Yeah. No, when they played the Panthers.
So I don't want to get into like everything because I wasn't here to talk about it. There was a lot that happened in that game, and I told Adam the Falcons couldn't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punts.
Penix looked fine at first until he didn't, which was as a result of getting down to field goal range and missing 2 field goals. And then from there, it was a turnover. From there, it was a muffed punt that they got and then still couldn't take advantage of. There were so many things that happened.
Everything.
An ankle
That could
tackle
easily happen.
on Bijan when
Yeah,
there was
70 yards
no one
to
in front
open
of him.
field. He gets ankle picked.
And then Pitts is throwing it to, guys who are about to get lit up. And I'm watching, I'm like, oh, is Russell Wilson now playing?
Well, they
for the
also,
Falcons?
he threw the ball a couple of times to nobody.
Yeah.
And then they fire their wide receiver coach last week. And I'm assuming it's because his guys weren't running the right routes.
Right. Well, if he's throwing it to nobody.
And now you look this week, because he's a timing guy. He's not I'll wait till he's open. Like, he's not a Jaden Daniels where stuff's going to break down and he'll find the guy. He's a drop back. I'm at 3 steps. I'm firing it whether he's looking or not. And you need to have good timing with your wideouts.
Where it gets to London and the defender at the exact same time. So, to Adam's point, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
But yeah, Pitts is going to, so in 3 games, he's had 200 yards. So put that into perspective. If he continues at the pace he's going, he'll have over 1,000 yards this season.
Hit 3.
Well,
So
he didn't have a catch against Panthers.
He didn't have a catch against the Panthers.
So in 4 games, he played 4 games though.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the 3, he caught a pass.
But he played 4.
Understood, Doug.
So
On to
before
the next one.
So, okay. Oh, the next one,
Okay.
just a little side trivia. Since you brought up, he could be the next 1,000 yard guy.
Yeah.
Who was the first running back to do 1,000 yards catching, 1,000 yards receiving?
The first ever, I don't know, probably Craig, I would guess.
Walter Payton.
Roger Craig.
Yeah, I thought it might be Craig just because he was a Niner and they had that style
Payton did
offense.
it.
Man ran out of his.
He was the
arms.
first one, 1,000 without. Anyhow, next game.
They got a bye this week, so
Jags.
we'll have to find out next week.
Jags beating the Niners 26-21. You were close, 49-2.
Good.
No.
But you picked the Niners. Donnie said, I think this is going to be a close one. I'm going to pick the upset.
Wait, hold on. I don't know what that means yet. So he took the Niners?
He took,
I took
the
the
Jags 24-23.
Because that's what an upset is.
Hold on. Hold on. So,
Coming to join you, honey.
Stop. Weren't the 49ers predicted to win?
Wasn't she that?
They were.
So he actually took
Yeah.
the upset in that case?
Yeah.
Never-
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed
This
it.
is why I get confused.
That's what I said.
So, and he was close, 24-23, and it was 26-21.
I know. I almost
So-
got 3 points for that.
Adam thought it would be 3-2 Niners, field goal safety. And I thought Niners would do it 21-20. But we were all wrong. And the Jags are a glorious team. And let's move on to the next one.
That's fine.
I'm not a fan of the Jags.
Rams at the Colts. You took the Rams 4-2. You thought there'd be 3 safeties scored, and that's it. But it's okay. We understand.
Wow.
But you picked the winner.
It wasn't 49.
No, I have a question. Were there any safeties at all last week? Because he picked 4 of them.
Yes, there was a safety last week.
Was there?
Yes.
In what game?
I don't know. I remember.
game
I
we
remember-
He was only off by
But there was which one?
no, he was only off by 3 safeties and on the week.
He's only
Yeah.
off by 3 safeties.
Who was it? There was a safety last week because I remember.
I
seeing
don't
it.
remember.
Anyhow,
4-2's crazy.
27-20. So we have Donnie said 31-14 Rams. Adam said 2 touchdowns, 35-21. And I thought the Colts would pull this out 22-19, but they didn't. So I got the X on that one. And that brings us to
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Balls Deep Game of the Week.
and that was Chiefs Ravens.
Mm.
And the Chiefs, I thought they handled the Ravens pretty good, 37-20.
They drop like flies.
That
Well.
was 17 points.
To Donnie's point,
That's more than 2 touchdowns.
To Donnie's point, they drop like flies.
Yeah.
One
I
of
mean,
us.
As soon as Omar
Oh my God.
freaking got knocked out, I was like, here we go.
One of us took the Chiefs 22-19. Then we had Adam, Donnie, and Matt all taking the Ravens. Matt with his 5-0 type of game thought it would be another safety and a field goal,
Yeah.
right? Donnie 30-21, and Adam thought it'd be 17-3 Ravens. He thought it'd be really, really low scoring. So on the week, Donnie finished 2-5, Adam and Matt finished 3-4, and I finished 5-2, which brought us.
Because of the Raiders.
Oh,
That would be totally different if the Raiders would have actually come through for me.
yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda. This
I'm
isn't
glad they lost.
grenades and horseshoes.
You know?
So
I'm glad.
on the year, Matt and Donnie are duking it out. Matt hasn't been here, guys, so give him a little bit of a break because we've been feeding them.
Yeah, he hasn't been in the football world as much.
15-13, 15-13. And then Adam is at 16-12. And because of this miraculous Chiefs victory, I catapult to 19-9. But it's way early in the season. Way early in the season.
And shame on you for picking the Chiefs. Even though they won, shame on you.
Yeah, what kind of friend does that? That's why I went Ravens.
2 Broncos fans to your right, and you got to go pick.
1.5 to your right.
Listen,
Yeah, he picks
they're the dark
Joe
horse.
Montana's old team.
Yo, I'm wearing Bronco underwear.
I wish I knew more Taylor
I
Swift
mean, I'm not
songs.
going to show it on
Yeah,
camera.
he picks Joe Montana's old team. That's how he picked it.
But
You could be my Romeo and Juliet. I wish I knew more
Sleepovers.
Taylor Swift
my
songs.
God.
Yeah.
Dark Horses.
yeah, no, Dark Horse was actually Katy Perry.
He has
Was
a
it?
blank space.
Oh, see?
yeah.
Blank
He has a blank space, baby.
Anyhow,
I'll write your name.
that brings us to
I even said a country because she used to be.
whatever. That brings us to our games in week 5. Here we go, boys.
Oh, baby.
Here we go. Now, yeah, and we'll go right down the list. That's perfect. Oh, no, we'll go backwards. I'll go first, and then Adam, and then Donnie, and then Matt. Okay, there we go. So, I can't read my writing. Oh, Broncos at the Eagles.
I was actually hoping this would be game of the week. This is the game that I am most excited
You're
about.
not first, so
I just want to
too.
talk about it. I'm
Me
so
too.
excited about this
Okay.
game.
So Philly is a
We change
3.5 point favorite. Philly's a 3.5 point favorite.
Donnie wants to change it. It's too late to change it.
Too late. I really, really, really
Want the Broncos to win
want the Broncos to not because I want.
because of what you did last week.
I think they can win, and if they win, it's going to be Surtain stopping AJ Brown and making everyone else do the work. Right?
So how much has AJ Brown really contributed lately?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I was going to say.
mad.
He's been
So
getting
much
shut
he's
down.
mad.
Right?
So much he's mad.
He's just been
He wants
Yeah.
to be a Bronco now.
right.
I say you don't even put Surtain on him. You just let him cover himself, and you go 11 on
Yeah.
10.
What are you talking about?
Well, he ain't throwing him the ball. There ain't no balls going over there.
So I think they can do it. I really do. I think they're going to go into Philly, and the Broncos are going to win
Ooh,
23-21.
that low, huh?
I think there's going to be a lot of defense in this game.
I think there's going to be a lot of defense, but I think.
Adam, you're up. Donnie's not up yet. You are.
All right, good.
Sure, Donnie.
So, has there been a more underperforming team that is undefeated in the NFL than the Eagles? Maybe ever.
Yeah, Kansas City
So-
last year.
Saquon's averaging, 60 yards? I'd have to look it up to be sure,
It's
but
60
not a lot.
in that range.
And then you have a quarterback who's struggling to hit 100 yards a game passing. And then a receiver who is posting things on his Facebook about seemingly he's pretty disgruntled,
Yeah.
but he's
Give
not
me the
saying
ball.
he's reading books on the sideline, like he's not talking to his coach.
Definitely
never-
not Bronco country.
Yeah, I never saw a more dysfunctional offense that gets held up by shoving tushes and great defense than this team. And I'm also going to go with the Broncos. And this is a game that, oh my God, I'm hoping that Broncos defense that we predicted to be number 1 shows up and absolutely shuts them down. Because if there is something they can do, it is stop the run. And they have maybe the best secondary in the NFL. So I'm going Broncos, and I'm going to say, you know what? They beat the shit out of them. And I'm going to say they win.
Can I pick it?
Go ahead.
2 touchdowns.
I was going to go more, but we'll stick with 2 touchdowns. We'll go 31-17. That's 2, right?
It is too.
right,
Yes,
nailed-
14 and 17 and
Nailed
31.
it. Nailed it.
Yo. Yeah, the math
Donnie?
is hard. Well, I believe defensively they've been fun to watch, shutting down the run. That's what you would be most scared about, is that they come in and they just try and run, and the Broncos defense steps up and they shut down the run. I think with the frustration with Brown and the fact that they haven't been spreading it around to the receivers, and Brown, not getting any or much action, I think that this is the game where they try to pass the ball, get it to Brown, that kind of thing, and hopefully Surtain
Big six.
shuts that down. yeah, I'm thinking that it's going to be, hopefully a turnover, huge momentum. This is the defense game. And offensively, I really feel like Dobbins getting his 100-yard game, running game going well. And I really do. We're wearing it. I got the Bo Nix jersey on. I think Bo Nix starts settling in, not running as much while he's throwing passes. I believe that the Broncos can win this one. I don't think it's going to be as big as Adams,
Okay.
31-17, but I do believe that they could score 4 touchdowns. It's going to be like 28-24, something like that. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
So for me,
I'm so excited for this.
Oh, me too.
I know the first live.
Gosh.
so the thought I had going into this is that Saquon's going to have over 60 yards. I think that when you look at games like when they play the Colts, Jonathan Taylor, a better back, got the yardage he did. I feel like they're going to struggle with the run from Saquon, but it's not going to be enough because the defense for the Broncos, I think, is probably the fastest at getting to the quarterback. Nick Benito, I believe, is the fastest, and I think Jonathan Cooper on the other side is a little slower, but it's still faster than most of the NFL. And Hurts is going to get rushed out of the pocket. He'll probably run a little bit, but I think they're going to get it to him. I think that when you look at the way the Eagles have got through the first 4 weeks, they're not getting out of this one unscathed. They're going to have a problem on offense, which they've been, but now it's going to be amplified by a better defense. So
Sounds like you might pick an upset.
by his
So far.
definition, well, actually, no, sorry. I'm
No,
picking
can I
the
say
upset
that?
because it's reality?
I was just going to say that the Broncos are going to upset
Yeah, because they're the actual
the Eagles. That's what I
predicted
said.
loser. So yeah,
That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
Thank you. But you confused me because I don't know what planet we're on.
No. I mean, you're agreeing with me that it's an
Confucius
upset.
said.
That's what I wanted.
So
So you guys agree?
Broncos 28-14.
Ooh.
28-14.
They're going to score with Saquon.
How many, Donnie?
2 touchdowns.
They're going to score a touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. It'll be Jalen Hurts with a tush push and Barkley, and that's it. Everything else is going to get shut down.
Do we dare see a failed tush push?
Did I
During this
did I
game
send you guys the
with that
push
offensive
push
defense.
meme that
No,
Yes.
last week?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did.
So what's the next one?
Standing in front of the TV.
The next one is an interesting one. That's why I picked it. Texans at the Ravens. Texans are 2.5-point favorites. So I'm going to go with the favorite now. I'm not going to take the underdog here.
Wow.
What? You're picking the upset?
No, I'm not picking the upset. I'm going to take the Texans. You know why? Because I think they're going to throw the ball.
Are the Texans 0-4?
No, they won. They won one.
No, not the
minute.
Texans.
Ravens?
No, I was thinking
They're 1-3.
about Titans. Sorry.
Yeah, Texans. No, they're like 1-3. They're not. They don't have the best record, but that's okay.
Yeah, Texans are no slouch here. I mean,
I'm going to take them.
Texans have had some good games. I
Nin-
was thinking of the Titans.
19-17.
We're going to
Texans.
squirt one out.
Adam?
I hate that. I hate that pick. So did we forget who the Ravens are just because they got a backup quarterback in?
Because they have there's
11?
typically
Say
there's
11.
22 players, so there's 11 on offense, there's 11 on defense, and there's
Yeah.
11 starters that are out.
11.
All on offense.
Doesn't matter.
No.
No,
Doesn't matter.
That's what
Doesn't
Jimmy
matter.
Kimmel
Okay.
says.
Doesn't matter.
oh my
right.
god.
Ravens.
Okay.
I'm not a 2 touchdowns on this one.
Did you
Let's see.
say why?
Yeah, because they're the Ravens,
Because he said they're the Ravens. That's what he's saying.
right?
Yeah. Go
But
purple.
Doesn't
black.
matter who comes in. They're the Ravens still. And I'm going to go. This is where it gets tough. I'm going to say 17-10.
So you guys don't think there's going to be much scoring here.
I don't.
It's like my bedroom.
But that's why there's 4 of us.
You're
We,
like,
hey, we each get an opinion, Donnie.
hey, I'm up for the debate. You
Let's
know
go.
what I'm saying?
You're up, baby.
That's good.
So I magically thought we were talking about the Titans the whole time. And I was thinking, who in the world would favor the Titans over anybody?
This alternate reality.
Are the Titans 0-4? Anyway, don't confuse me.
He could be the Falcons.
You confuse yourself.
The Texans haven't been doing that bad. The Texans, the fact that you took the Ravens, that's your heart. You have this Raven team number 2 other than the Falcons.
Actually,
You love the Ravens.
He just loves Ray
Let me
Lewis.
just look at you in your eyes as a sweaty nacho eater and say, Ray Lewis doesn't play for them anymore. Okay? You're
Which
nuts.
one of us is the sweaty nacho
You're
eater? Are we
nuts.
both sweaty nacho
You are.
eaters?
You are. He would beat me up for stealing his nachos, is what I'm saying. The Ravens, unfortunately, there's too many injured players. There are way too many injured players. The Texans are no slouch. Is it at the Ravens? Doesn't matter. I think the Texans come out, they smack them around a bit in this. I'm going to call a big one here. I think the Texans are, it's not going to be low scoring because the Texans are going to do all the scoring. And I think it's going to be 35-14. That's 3 touchdowns last time I checked.
Wow.
And Omar, I'm sorry, but
He's out.
he's out. And he broke my heart last week when I took him.
Mic drop.
Dropped the mic.
Well,
It felt just like Omar.
He's been dying to do that.
You still hear me if I leave that there?
No.
Barely, but
Matt?
so the reality is that the Texans are 1-3. They beat the previously mentioned Titans. That's their victory. However, they're playing against a team that is without 11 starters. And, we saw what happened when the Chiefs, had the opportunity to play them. So I think that the Texans, with CJ Stroud supposedly, getting into his rhythm now, is in a better place to succeed. I think this Woody Marks, the running back, he's getting a higher workload, and you saw that on Sunday because he ended up scoring a rushing and a receiving touchdown. He had 119 yards. So
Matt told me a great joke that he heard about the Texans backfield.
was it That's Good Sports?
Yeah.
Yeah. He basically said that the Texans have a Chubb and a Woody in the backfield. Yeah.
That's great, right?
Yeah, that's,
Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. Yeah.
yo, McChubb.
So
Mick.
I'm taking the Texans, and I'm going to say the Texans win 25-14.
All right. Nice.
You want to change your pick? Because here's the thing.
No, it's the Ravens. They
Okay.
just develop them faster.
I had
there.
the Ravens defense in fantasy, and
The backup
every
Ravens
week,
can
with the
beat the
exception of
Titans.
one, they had negative points.
Yeah.
The backup Ravens.
They're
beat
not the
Titans.
Ravens they used to
Doesn't
be.
matter. Backup Ravens beat the Titans.
Because they were running
So-
backwards.
You have the Chiefs going to the Jags. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. And I personally think they are just going to keep on clipping along on this week. I don't think the Jags are going to stand in their way. And I'm going to take the Chiefs 37-21. How many points is that?
Blowing them out.
2 touchdowns.
And a safety.
Wait.
37-21.
Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
I placed at 35-21.
Adam.
I think the Chiefs are back. They're just going to keep getting better. They're going to get their best receiver back soon enough. And they're just going to be the team that we thought they were all along. And I'm going to go Chiefs 37-21.
Is that the same score you just said?
Copycat.
Are you
Can
serious?
you imagine if the score ends up 37-21?
It won't. Don't worry.
I know, but if it did,
McChubb. I can't stop. thinking
Mick
about it.
Chubb.
you're up.
Does it sounds like a freaky McDonald's sandwich, doesn't it?
Backroom McDonald's.
Yeah.
You take your second favorite team in the NFL, the Chiefs.
Here's the thing,
That was a good one.
You took the Chiefs and you won. Now you're keeping,
Yeah.
I struggle with this. I can't pick with my heart. I want to. I probably am going to pick the upset, though. Jaguars are looking real good.
They are.
Who'd they beat last week?
Fuck you.
A good team. They beat a good team, didn't they? I picked them last week and they won. I went against the Chiefs and got my chocolate starfish spackled, so I'm not going to do that again. I think they can march in and beat the Jaguars. I hate to say it because I want the Jags to win, and I hope I'm wrong. 37-21.
Matt, you want to jump on this train? And
Please.
So I just
Did you just have a giggle fart?
my brain just shut off. Like Tony started talking,
dude.
Tony started talking, and my brain just went. It just shut down.
Oh, hold on. Let me complete that. The Chiefs are going to upset who, Adam?
The Jaguars.
There we go. Upset.
Again, that's
Fulham.
why it shut down the first time. So I look at this game and there's a part of me that thinks the Jags have the better record. The Jags have beaten teams that we all thought that they wouldn't have.
Last week.
And I guess the thing I'm struggling with is that the Chiefs have Xavier Worthy back. And you saw what that was like last week. He wasn't there the first part of the season. Well, he was, but then he wasn't. And as a result, they lost some games. He's back. They have what they need. They're still figuring things out in the rushing game, but I don't think it matters. I don't think there's a way or a world. Maybe in the reality of the upset is actually when the losing team wins. In that reality, yeah, that's fine. But right now, I'm just gonna have to go the Chiefs because there's no way the Jags can do it unless upsets mean something different.
I would think they'd have to.
No, I'm not doing it. There's no way I'm doing it.
Can you say it?
I'm not saying it.
oh, you could do 31-27. That would be good.
Come on.
It's really you want me to just jump on the bandwagon?
Yes. do what you want to do. Don't
Yeah.
let them
Listen, 59-2, whatever.
push you into it.
59-2.
No, I'm gonna say that the Jags still score, and they're not scoring 3 touchdowns. I'm gonna go with 31-17.
Okay. 31-17. Here's the thing.
You could have kept it
I
going.
knew that you were gonna pick. I knew you were gonna pick the Chiefs to upset the Jacksonville.
I thought he might.
The whole time I was
go for the
hoping
Jags
31-20.
because all three of us took the Chiefs.
Who, me? No,
So-
so that's the thing. There's a part of me that thinks Travis Etienne will have a great game.
How
Right.
much fun would it be for you to take the Jags and win?
Yeah, but the reality is, with Worthy back, I just don't see it happening. I mean, unless something happens on Sunday that changes the course of the event.
Injuries.
It would have made my heart so happy if you went 37-21.
What, the other way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just Chiefs.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Game 4. Bucks at the Seahawks. Seahawks are 3.5-point favorites here.
This is a hard one for me. But it's not my turn.
I'm going first. I hate the Bucks. 21-7. Seahawks.
You're taking Seattle
Yeah,
21.
I hate the Bucks.
What's the matter with Mayweather?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know.
I'm going to take the Bucks. I really think Seattle has won. I mean, listen. They have an excellent wide receiver. Is he going to get 150 yards and 2 touchdowns? Because that's the type of game he's going to need to have. I don't think he does it.
Who are you talking about?
Smith and Jigba.
They think they have.
Donnie, what's his name?
They have
That wideout?
another elite.
No, I'm just.
Wide out.
I'm just. Sorry.
Okay,
I thought you might have been talking about the Bucks.
No. But the Bucks have someone who I drafted in 5 of 8 leagues because I said he was going to be an all-star. Not only is he going to be an all-star, he is going to be Rookie of the Year this year. And I think Mbuka has another monster game. And I think he's got the perfect quarterback to lay it out on the field, and he's going to keep doing it. And I think the Bucks are going to win 42-17.
Is I don't know. I'm having a Donnie moment. Their best receiver for the Bucks. Is he out?
Mike Evans.
Mike
Yeah, is he
Evans?
out?
I don't think he is.
You know, I resemble.
He was
that.
questionable earlier in the week. So Matt's looking it up real quick. But listen, they have running backs.
Yeah, Bucky Irving's all right.
They have 2 running backs.
Who did they play last week?
Bucky Irving's out
The Eagles.
Right.
because I have White, Rashad White.
Rashad White.
So I have him. They have somebody else, but I don't know. So Mike Evans is out.
Yeah.
Is Evans out? Okay, he was questionable.
It says Buccaneers rule out Bucky Irving, Mike Evans, 3 others. This is NBC Sports.
Yeah.
So Donnie, are you picking, or are you? Sorry,
I'm
we
done.
finished. Okay.
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done. Mbuka, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh my God!
3 touchdowns.
For one player?
What was the score you picked?
42-17.
That's crazy.
Damn.
You
210 yards.
you think they could go in against the 12th man? Seattle 3-1. Really, really looking good, smelling good.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's got that 19-9 energy right now. He just doesn't care about the rest of the world.
I'm picking the upset.
You're picking like you got a Red Bull in your hip
I'm
pocket.
picking the upset.
Yeah.
True upset.
They're gonna upset them. That's what you're
True
saying.
upset.
I get it. Here's the thing.
Monster.
I want the Bucks to win. I'm a Mayweather fan. Ever since I grew up watching Mayweather boxing. You know, I love Mayweather. Is that his name?
Mayfield.
Mayfield. Same thing.
Oh, that's why I'm like, why are we talking boxing right now?
Same thing.
That name. No. I really like. I like them, but I don't think they could do it. I don't think they could do it. I don't get the joke.
Because they don't have a Woody or Chubb in the backfield?
Maybe not. You need a Woody or a Chubb in the backfield to win the game.
What if you have both?
Maybe more the merrier, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I want them to win, but I don't think they could march into Seattle against a 12th man and do it this game. They're both 3-1. It's at Seattle. Seattle's been looking really, really good. So I say Seattle. I don't think either team is going to blow out the other team. I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to come down to like a last-second touchdown or field goal. I think there's going to be a lot of points here. So I'm going to say 30-28.
all right. Like it.
Matthews out.
Seattle. Picking that. I am picking Seattle.
Yeah,
So-
you're picking the favorite.
Yeah, the favorite is going to upset.
No, don't even start that. So, looking at this game,
That's what they don't understand.
like I knew
The favorite is going to upset the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Glad we're on the same page.
with Bucky Irving being out, that's one thing. Evans being out, it's another. To me, it's just the cards are stacked against them. Seattle, I think I saw something the other day, and I was trying to find it, but I can't find the actual reference. It was showing where Sam Darnold is in the league as opposed to other quarterbacks, and it looks like he is, if not the best, like at the top of the league. And Darnold's having another year like he did last year. I think that the Seattle Seahawks, their rush defense is in the top 10. And when you're missing your star running back and you're missing your key players, it's just not going to be enough. Like, they're not going to get it done, Doug. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So I'm going with Seahawks, and it's
They
going to
upset
be...
them by
No, the Seahawks are going to win the game by 31-10.
damn.
31-10. All right.
Man, I feel like I just ate a cheesesteak.
I love it. The only one taking the Bucks, just like the Chiefs last
How
week.
good that
I
felt.
love it.
That felt good.
Yeah, but it's going to have a different outcome.
Felt good.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. 15 catches, 210 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Yeah. That alone might beat the Seattle Seahawks.
But their uniforms are your favorite color, Doug.
Anyhow,
Give me the drum roll. Hit the cymbal.
why am I the symbol?
It's that time of day, that time of podcast where we pick the big game. It's Big Doug's Big game of the week. Balls deep. All the way in there. Take it away, Dougie. You're first.
Well, we're going to go with the Redskins at the Chargers, which should be a big game. Chargers are 2.5-point favorites at home. And I'm excited for this one. I really, really am.
I feel like he's the only one who's excited.
I mean,
No, I'm excited for it too.
He says very begrudgingly.
Because the Broncos.
He's
so
excited.
good.
just man, I mean, I don't want to pick against Daniels because I just think he's got so much talent.
It was only one game. You know?
One game?
Okay.
It was only most of the games of his career.
But I'm just wondering if the Chargers just have too much offense.
After last week, what they did to me.
Yeah, it's Mariota.
I'm taking the Chargers. 42-41.
Damn.
A close one.
80 points, he's saying.
I think they're gonna.
You think Washington's going
They don't have a defense, and San Diego doesn't have the best defense in the league. I think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, not a blowout, but I mean, there's going to be a lot of action. in this game.
Fireworks, all right.
Yeah, I just do. I think there's two
Fireworks.
teams that got plenty of offense, plenty of people that can put 6 points on the board, right? So, Adam,
It's a lot of safeties.
Yeah.
I think Daniels being back, the team's going to be energized. I think he's going to have one of his games where you're going, man, that's why he won Rookie of the Year. That's what I think's going to happen.
yeah,
And I'm going to say, I'm going to stick with, high scoring, but I'm going to go
Redskins?
38-31.
Who are you picking?
Redskins,
The Commanders.
the Redskins.
He's picking the upset.
Donnie,
Is that the upset?
that is the upset.
No, don't even say the word anymore. Just
No, because that's right, isn't it? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, he's learning.
Correct. Chargers are the favorite.
Yeah. There you go. I don't understand how that was much different from like before at all.
that's the problem with going down this road, Doug, is it opens that door.
What do you want, Donnie?
Well, I hate the Chargers, and I hate to pick with my heart. I know, Daniels being back. I am a Daniels fan. I picked Washington. Did I pick Washington last week? And they
Against
put it right in the
My
kazoo,
team.
man, didn't they?
Yeah.
Against your team.
Yeah.
They're mad. And now Daniels is back. I want the Chargers to never win again. And I think, based off of how the Chargers have been playing, the Broncos almost beat them, should have beat them. Then they ended up losing, and I picked that. And now I'm going to pick that they lose again. I am also going Washington. And I think Daniels being back, I think he's going to spread it. He's going to be whipping it out, whipping it around. I'm talking about the ball. It's going to be 42-28.
Although you're going to say 41.
Yeah. And I'm saying that they're going to upset him.
Yeah, that would be an upset.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Matt.
All right, so I think I mentioned this to you guys before that the tackle for the Chargers is out, and Joe Alt, yeah, and I think that's going to be a problem. I think they're going to have struggles with the run game. They're going to have struggles in pass protection, and Daniels is back. And when you look at what he's done in
Last year.
a variety of games, he puts up points. So I just don't see how the Chargers are going to be able to keep up with that if they're going to struggle on offense. I'm not saying that he's like the key to their offense, but in general,
saying he is the key to the offense.
well, no, I'm just saying for them to maintain the performance they've had in the past, 4 games, they would need to have all the players that were there to do it. And with him being out, they're not going to be the same. So I'm going to go with the Commanders, and I'm going to go 42-41.
Oh, why'd you do it now and not last time?
Because I know
That is great. I just want to look up one thing real quick.
So, how large is average penis size?
I can't.
But come on, guys.
What's that have to do?
Come on.
No, appendix. You read it right.
Appendix size. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
He's looking in the point. How many penis size?
I was just curious, like, who are the points leaders for teams coming in, like, so far, right? Because I did something I didn't look up. Detroit's number 1, Buffalo, Baltimore, Indianapolis, Rams, Dallas, Seattle, Philly, Washington, San Fran, Green Bay, Minnesota, Tennessee, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Houston are all at the bottom 4. Just curious. I mean, 2 of those teams, Tennessee and Cleveland, don't even have 60 points scored yet. So it looks like the majority is between 80 and 112. Yeah, just curious, right? When we start talking about scoring. Anyhow,
So
it's a good week. I'm glad Matt's back.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
me
one
too.
last brand new tradition that we run.
do, yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't do this in the beginning.
It would have ruined your whole show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
I've been-
Matt hated his Christmas present
it wasn't a Christmas
From
present.
Santa.
It was just a gift.
from Santa.
gift.
It was a Christmas
It
present.
was a gift.
but was it a gift from y'all
Santa
to him?
Dougie. It was Santa Dougie.
Heart, from my heart.
Right.
From Dougie Claus.
Yeah.
And we decided that
He
the
did- we
Super
didn't
Bowl winning,
decide.
Super Bowl MVP winning
What
quarterback.
was that prize? Let's show the crowd. What was that prize?
Very expensive,
Very, very expensive.
collectible.
$9.99 at Ross.
The price is still on.
Collectible, and it's now the trophy that goes to the person who did the worst in their picks throughout the season. And remind me, Doug, who had the least amount of correct picks?
That was Donnie last year.
Oh, it was Donnie.
So Donnie has to have this
At
in
one
front of
point.
him
Yeah.
every game.
Yep, and it goes on his mantle at home.
Can I take him out? I know it's a collectible.
Yeah.
He almost came out of the box when Adam fastballed it earlier.
because it's all taped up.
It was never opened.
Yeah, that's why it's
feel
worth
like
more right now.
It's either going to be really bad luck or it's going to be the opposite. And I'm hoping that Wilson
Yeah,
that can bring me something. But this is a re-gift, guys.
This is a trophy.
it's a
That's-
trophy.
Yes, but it's a re-gift.
Yeah, and it gets regifted every year.
Look, the helmet. comes
Dude, he
off
even has a
separate.
helmet.
Whoa!
I feel
Like,
like
this is so cool.
I love the helmet because it doesn't have his number on it.
Doug, stop.
Is it loud?
No, it is loud, but it's actually wire tied to the back, or like a bread tie.
Man, that's in there really, really hard. I'm like, I can't get that out.
Oh my god!
Look at that.
Ah, that is so
Look
cool.
at them cleats.
That is
No, don't
so
worry, just give it to
cool.
him.
Do you think his feet are really this big, or is it just made like that so he could stand?
That is so cool, Donnie.
Wow, he has the biggest feet I have ever seen on
Is
a
his helmet big
figurine.
enough for his head?
Is the helmet?
On a-
Does the helmet?
That's a good question.
Here.
Does it fit on?
It doesn't fit. Yo, tell me.
You know why?
Something I probably
Because
didn't.
it was one of those situations
Is he
where they're like,
too
this is one of those situations where
He's holding it?
We want it to be a
he's on
collectible
the
and never
sideline?
leave the box and hope no one notices.
That's why it's a Ross for $9.99.
No, he's holding it because he's on the sidelines.
I did tell Adam that. So I just have to say one more real football thing. So apparently Tony Gonzalez said the other day that Russell Wilson will be the first quarterback to play himself out of the Hall of Fame.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Dude, that could happen.
Hold on, I'm trying to
I mean-
figure this out.
Okay.
You're going to break it.
You know what this? I used to play with GI Joes when I was little,
Yeah,
and then the first thing you do is you get their weapons
put it
and
in
try
their
and
hand.
put it
Yeah,
in their
yeah.
hand. It doesn't even. It doesn't fit his head
I feel like this is the
for
weirdest.
whatever reason. He can't. Hold
Can't grab it.
on. Yeah, it's like.
Donnie, I just want you to know
Hold on, I'm almost there.
that's a Super Bowl winning.
Yeah.
I know. That's why
MVP.
he had to bring it up. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, he
Quarterbacks.
nailed it.
There you go.
There it is.
That's
Right.
going to be so sticky for whoever loses.
MVP Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but he got us to where we are. This
That's true. Without
year.
Russell Wilson, you
Without
might
Wilson.
never have Bo Nix.
That's true.
we wouldn't have been mad enough
Yeah,
to be where we are today.
possibly.
You know, it's kind of like when you.
Matt, say it. Thank you, Russell.
No,
Thank you, Matt.
however that works.
Say it. Thank
Because
you,
it's
Russell.
like re-gift.
That was the
sorry.
upset.
I thought he was talking about what Adam said. I'm like, how did I get involved in all this?
Say it. Thank you, Russell.
Good
On
week.
that note,
Yeah, great week. A lot of fun. Matt's back.
Welcome back, Matt.
Loved it. We finally got to
Missed
give the
you.
trophy back.
Yeah. Go Chargers.
And once I find where my mouse at, we'll see you guys next week.